Hello everyone, I hope you all are fine. This is Samreen here, and I'm here with the video of English second, that is your Mulberry. Today we are going to start our next term, means first we will continue the syllabus of second unit. Okay, so there are students those who are having confusion that why we are not going to study lesson number 5 and 6. So lesson number 5 and 6 has already both the chapters have already omitted from the syllabus, so we will start from lesson number 7. I hope it is clear now to everyone. So please open lesson number 7. So student, this is your chapter number 7, The Big Friendly Giant. This story is basically about a giant, okay? And this story was told by a father to his son. And the name of the son, means the boy who is listening the story, is Denny, who loved the stories that his father told him. So today we are going to study about one story, no, which his father told him. So we will start, and before starting this story you can see one box is there above, okay, where it is written types and definitions. So students, this we will be continuing with the means after completing the chapter. Okay, so first I'll give you the explanation of the chapter. So my father was not what you would call an educated man. Okay, means his father was not as educated as it should be, and I doubt if he had read 20 books in his life, but he was a marvelous storyteller. He used to make up a bedtime story for me every single night, and the best ones turned into serials and went on for many nights running. Means his father was not a storyteller, but he used to tell him bedtime stories. Okay, and some stories were too long, means those stories went on continuing, means for many nights running. Now turn your page. One of them, which must have gone on for at least 50 nights, was about an few enormous fellow called the Big Friendly Giant, or the Big B, or the BFG for short. Okay, so the BFG was three times as tall as an ordinary man. Now he is describing what he's describing the big friendly giant, that how he looked like. Okay, no, he was not means as tall or as look as a normal man. He was what he was three times as tall as an ordinary man, and his hands were as big as wheelbarrows. He lived in a vast underground, okay, cavern. Not cavern, it is a we know that it is a kind of cave. Okay, not far from our filling station is petrol pump, and he only came out into the open when it was dark. So big friendly giant's house, how he looked like, and how, where he lived, and when he came out, all these things he described. Inside the cavern, he had a powerful factory where he made more than 100 different kinds of magic powder. Occasionally, he told his stories. My father would stride up and down waving his arms. Means whenever his father used to tell him stories, he used to he used to wave his arms. He used to sometimes get up from the bed, and all these things. He used to walk around the room, but when he used to tell the stories, and waggling his fingers, but mostly he would sit close to me and on the edge of my bunk means here a bed, narrow bed, okay, that is actually fixed to the wall, and speak very softly. But the big friendly giant makes his powders out of the dreams that children dream when they are asleep, he said. Means the children's sleep he used to steal. We are talking about the big friendly giant, and he used to make powders out of those dreams. So dreams, my love, are very mysterious things. You see, they float around in the night air like little clouds searching for sleeping people. Can you see them? I asked. Nobody can see them, the boy asked from his father. Then how does the big friendly giant, catch them? Ah, my father said, this is the interesting part. A dream you see is goes drifting through the night air, makes a tiny buzzing, humming sound. A sound so soft and low it is impossible for ordinary people to hear it, but the big friendly giant can hear it easily. His sense of hearing is absolutely fantastic because he had big ears. Okay, so that's why he said the sound which was made by the air out of the dreams, whatever dreams were floating in the night. Okay, and those sounds were listened by the big friendly giant. So I loved the far intent look on my father's face when he was telling a story. He used to look at his face. His face was pale and still and distant, unconscious of everything around him, means unaware. He was completely unaware wherever he was, showing uh, or he was telling a story to his son. Okay, now turn your page. The big friendly giant, he said, can hear the tread of a ladybird's footsteps. What he can hear sounds of means footsteps as she walks across a leaf. He can hear the whispering of ants as they scurry. Okay, when ants move slowly or quickly, okay, sorry, move quickly with short steps, and the soil taking to another, he can hear the sudden shrill cry of pain a tree gives out when a woodman cuts into it with an axe. Means all these sounds which a normal man and an ordinary man cannot hear, the big friendly giant could hear that. Okay, could hear those voices. Now, ah, yes, my darling, there is a whole world of sounds around us that we cannot hear because our ears are simply not sensitive enough. Because our ears are very small. What happens when he catches the dream? I asked. He imprisons. वो उनको क्या करता था? Imprison, कैद कर लेता था. He imprisons them in a glass bottles and screws the tops and down tight. My father said he has thousands of those bottles in his cave. Does he catch bad dreams as well as good ones? Yes, my father said he catches both, but he only uses the good ones in his powder. What does he do with the bad ones? He explodes them. He explodes them. It is impossible to tell you how much I loved my father when he was sitting close to me on my bunk. I would reach out and slide my hand into his, and then he would fold his long fingers around my fist, holding it tight. Whenever he was telling the stories, he used to do all these things. What does the big friendly giant do with his powders after he has made them? I asked. Made them means made what? Powder. Okay, magical powder. In the dead in the dead of night, my father said he goes prowling through the villages searching for houses where children are asleep. Okay, so here prowling means moving quietly and carefully around an area. Okay, especially when you go for hunt. Now, because of his great height, he can reach windows that are one and even two flights, means two stories. Okay, two we say no two floors, second floor kind of. Okay, and flights up, and when he finds a room with a sleeping child, he opens his suitcase. Okay, means whenever he finds a child is sleeping, he opens his suitcase, and what he does after that? Turn your page. His suitcase, I said. Matlab, the big friendly giant always carries a suitcase and a blowpipe. My father said the blowpipe is as long as a lamp post. Blowpipe means from where he used to blow the dreams. Okay, the suitcase for is for powders. So he opens the suitcase and selects exactly the right powder. Okay, the right powder, and he puts it on into the blowpipe, the right powder for that right for the child. He slides the blowpipe in through the open window. Okay, and and poof. Poof means when we puff, फूक जब हम मारते हैं उसको कहते हैं. Okay, and he blows in the powder, and the powder floats around the room. जब वो पाइप में से पाउडर फूकता था तो वो पाउडर पूरे कमरे में बिखर जाता था in that sleeping child's room, and the child breathes it in. और वो सांस ले लेता था वो बच्चा जो सो रहा होता था. Okay, and then what, I asked. And then Danny, the child, begins to dream a marvelous and fantastic dream. And that same child, means whom he blowed that powder, the child started having marvelous dreams. Okay, and when the dream reaches its most marvelous and fantastic moment, then the magic powder really takes over, and suddenly the dream is not a dream any longer but a real happening. Oh, and the child is not asleep in bed, he is fully awake, and it actually in the place of the dream. जिसके बारे में वो सोच रहा होता है ड्रीम में, वो वहाँ पहुँच जाता है. ओके, इन मतलब when he was sleeping, and it and is taking part in the whole thing. I mean, really taking part in real life? Yes, more about that tomorrow. Now his father said, rest of the story I will tell you tomorrow. I am getting late. Good night, Denny. Okay, go to sleep. My father kissed me, and then he turned down the wick of the little paraffin lamp. Means the piece of the string at the center of a no, of an oil lamp. He turned that one so that the flame will be low. Okay, and until the flame went out, he seated himself in front of the wood stove, which now made a lovely red glow in the room. Okay, so dear students, this was the story of a big friendly giant who used to steal what? Dreams from children, and he used to make powders out of those dreams. And what he used to do after that, he goes to the where to children's room, wherever children are sleeping. And what they did, what the big friendly giant did, he used to blow the powder. Okay, and after that the child's dream became the real one, and the child started having the same place, in which place was there in his or her dream. Now we have completed this chapter, and in the next video I will be giving you book exercises. So dear students, your homework is you all have to complete word meanings from this chapter in your fair notebook. Okay, till then everyone, take care.